There we go. That's better. I think that works. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Sound seems to be working fine. Yep, okay. We are going to get started. Thanks for dropping by, saying hi, hit like over there on the mainstream. Good morning, friends. Thanks for dropping by, saying hi. We are going to get started with our full body conditioning and strength building with the kettlebell. For those of you who are watching, my name is Toby. I am 41 years old and I train to live an active, self-sufficient and adventurous life. It is 5:36 a.m. and it's time for the morning routine. The morning routine is going to be pretty straightforward. We're going to pick up a kettlebell and we're going to do some exercises with the kettlebell. I am still trying to figure out what a good rhythm is going to be for the week. I do kettlebell on Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and usually I would do a slightly longer cardio session on Sunday, but I'm waiting for my foot to give me the okay that it can be used as normal again. So I am wondering whether I should do the heavy day on Wednesday or on Fridays, and I think the heavy day is going to be on Fridays, but that's not going to be today. Today we're still going to do conditioning, but I'm thinking of turning the Fridays more into strength training. So more basic lifts, but with heavier load or with more repetitions to build that muscular strength up and volume up in a different way. So that's where I'm at in my mind right now. This is about the way I feel, not about the way I look. I would like to feel fit, capable, and competent for living. So, long story short is, we might live to be, 85, maybe 90, maybe even 95. But statistically, those final years that we get extra, 10 years, give or take, we are going to suffer from discomforts and diseases that are largely preventable. Not everything, but largely a lot of poor health outcomes can be avoided through different lifestyle choices, at least for a lot of the years leading up to that final decade, but also through that final decade. So my goal is to arrive in my final decade, whichever decade that could be this one, let's not assume so, but it could be, as healthy and fit and capable as possible, and with good habits and routines in place to maintain that level of fitness through life. I would like to lead an active, self-sufficient and adventurous life, not only now, but also in the future. So if that's something you're interested in, check out my channel, hit like, subscribe, because we talk about sleep. I try to get between 7 and 9 hours a day. We talk about food. I try to eat within my energy balance, which is around 2,200 calories in a day. I try to eat a wide variety of foods, specifically greens, colorful fruits and vegetables, and I try to hit my protein goal for my muscle and strength building. So 60 to 80 grams on a regular day, or 80 to 100 grams on a day like today, where I'm actually training with a kettlebell, which means that I usually have a protein shake, pea protein, potted pea protein, to supplement my regular meal plan. I try to exercise about 30 minutes a day, so it's like training, mobility, and endurance on Sundays. I also was going for daily 30-minute walks, but that's been put on hold a little bit until my foot is not as stiff as it is anymore, but it seems to be doing a lot better already. And I try to live an active life throughout the day, so I don't just try to sit still. I actually try to incorporate movement, taking the stairs, going for walks around the block, doing physical things, taking activity breaks. If there's a gym or a rack nearby, I might hang. I might do a couple of pull-ups, squats, push-ups, just some things throughout the day to keep me busy, like in bursts of like 5 or 10 minutes, or walk sometimes 30 minutes to an hour, depending if I'm working and have a lot of phone calls. I can take the phone calls while I'm walking. It's more effective and efficient that way, for a couple of reasons. Go ahead, answer the poll, ask me any questions you might have, and we are going to get started with today's training. And as always, if you have any questions, you go ahead and just talk to me in chat. Okay. What are we going to start off with today? We're starting off with swings. And then we're going to do a couple of other exercises just to build total body strength and conditioning. Let's just get a little plank in here. Check in how the body is doing. All those little aches and pains. Little bits of soreness. All in a good way. Okay. I'm going to do 10 kettlebell swings every minute, 1 minute, 12 kilos. There we go. It gives me some time to drop by and read the message. Jeff, thanks for saying hi, dropping by. I hope you're doing well where you're at in the world. Feel free to say hello and let me know if you're into any sports, or let me know where you are in the world. It's 5:30 a.m. where I'm at, and we're on Amsterdam time here, because that's where I'm in the world. Getting a good start to the day. And a head start on life and living, hopefully. Whew. Like 3 months ago, we're doing 10 times 20 with a 16 kilo, working our way up to that with a 20 kilo. Now, having recovered from some injuries, it's time to regain that level of strength and conditioning. But such things take time, especially at 41. That was the third set. We just keep going and challenging ourselves. We're going to do some combinations here. There's things to challenge our full body. Fourth set, Remember a good starting position with kettlebell. Good technique is everything. And we need to be mindful of that and keep that in mind as we train and as we work. Fifth set coming up. From Sri Lanka, thanks for dropping by, saying hi. Hope you're doing well where you're at in the world. And thanks for dropping by and saying hello. And I hope everything's going well for you where you're at. There are certain challenges in health and fitness that we face, right? Halfway there on this exercise, by the way. And those challenges are ones that we really need to come to terms with and actually learn to tackle in our daily life. So, for example, we're busy. As adults, we have responsibilities, commitments, right? That we know are important to keep everything going. Sixth set, seventh set coming up. So, in that busy life, then when we wake up in the morning, we probably wake up close to when we need to start the day. When we come home in the evening, it's probably close to our bedtime. We don't have a lot of time, and what do we do with the time that we have? We want to relax, have a drink, sit down, browse or stream something. And then by the end of the week, we realize that we actually haven't spent any time doing anything. For our health and fitness. But it's a weekend. That's the time we have for ourselves, right? To eat, drink, socialize, do all the things around the house we don't have time for during the week. Eighth set coming up, by the way. And so on, and so forth. Now, between all of these demands, commitments, and responsibilities, it's important to understand two things. One, we don't need to train that much to stay healthy. Two, there is a clear distinction between movement and health that we need to chase after and get into our heads, where we can be relatively healthy through the things we eat, relatively healthy through the way we move throughout the day, and that training in and of itself is more goal-oriented. So if you have the option between a training bout of moderate intensity or just a stroll around town or around a park for 30 minutes, and you don't have any specific goal with the training, that's 10 sets. Okay. We're just going to keep going as we have 30 minutes to fill. We're going to start with a Navy SEAL or SEAL, and then we're going to do some combinations off the back of that. If anyone can tell me why that is so much harder than a push-up, you can let me know. What's wrong with Albustino? Hey, thanks for dropping by and for being interested. The question's in Dutch because I'm in Amsterdam. People might know that I also speak Dutch. I appreciate you dropping by and saying hi. That is a good question that I'll answer in a second. So we're going to do a squat and a squat. For me, it's actually the other way around. I just enjoy training. I just enjoy training. And because I am training every day anyway, I turn on a stream. The timing for me has got a little to do with when people are actually up, and it's got everything to do with when I'm able to do my workouts, which with 2 small kids is simply before everyone wakes up. So that's where it's at for me. But, I guess in my experience, there's 2 things. You should check out a guy named Jonathan's Creator Tips. He has a lot of advice on people who want to turn streaming into a business, which I don't. But if you do Jonathan's Creator Tips, he's Dutch as well. He has good content. And um, experiment with the times that work well for you. You can't hear me because the microphone is for another device, but I hope you could hear me. Obviously, and hopefully there was something in there for you. And thanks for dropping by and for being interested. Damn, 10 times. And back to the seals. So, do the third squat and press in a moment. Very good. And for everyone who's watching, if you want to go ahead over to my channel, hit like, subscribe, you'd be more than welcome to join my channel more often. You can always tell when you put squats into the mix. It just becomes a whole different workout. Okay. And here we go again. I'll face the camera this time so you get a slightly different angle on the exercise. You see what that looks like. And this is all relatively simple stuff, right? I'm not doing anything advanced. It's 12 kilos. It's not very heavy, but it's enough to provide my body with a workout. And that, in the end, is the whole point. One more set of seals. One more set of presses. One more set of halos. And we still have 5 minutes to do some other stuff. Okay. see if we can get 210. We did. And that's good. And we're gonna keep on going. Poor man's Jim. Hey. Thanks for coming by, saying hi. Indeed. Found the capacity to add those extra 2. And we'll keep going till we're 90. And we'll still be streaming and trying to get fit one day at a time. Man, that bites. Hey, what's the big muscle group we haven't done yet? We haven't done the back. So last 5 minutes, 6 minutes, we're going to do rows to finish this off properly. Okay. I think in Spanish we say, ojalá. Who knows? One day. For the rows, it's going to be slightly easier on the heart. Then left. Anyway, it's going to be 6 minutes. We're not doing anything crazy at all. Just working, having fun, finishing up for the day. It's around 6 a.m. So I'm going to have a cup of coffee next and get on with everything that needs getting on with in a day, which can be quite a bit. How are your workouts going? I know. Everything's going all right. And how's the sleep? As we talk a lot about sleep on the channel, I think making sure we're sleeping well probably key priority. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So, by the way, for anyone who's watching, we're going to talk about motivation for a couple of minutes. I'll be very honest. I'm going through a bit of a hard time in terms of motivating myself to show up. It's hot. It's stuffy inside of the house, either with the window open or with one of those ACs blasting. And sleep's not as good as it could be. That brings some challenges with it. I'm a good man. So, just great. I've been seeing the things that pop up in my feed regularly. So the two of you are working out together. That's great. I think teaming up with a buddy also has great motivation in it. So, I guess what I'm trying to say about motivation is that it is very normal to go through different stages in our motivation because circumstances change. Right now it's the weather, also off the back of a back injury, a shoulder that is regaining range of motion nicely, but still not as easy to use as the other. A foot that thankfully wasn't broken, but who knows what was the issue, right? That still feels a little bit stiff once in a while. There's some things to really keep in mind that all factors in that I was really enjoying my 30-45 minutes morning walks in the forest, and I haven't been doing that for 10 days. And that change of rhythm, of continuity, it can get to you. But the goal for me is to show up every day and do something for 30 minutes. Doesn't matter what. And that is a goal that I can achieve every day, regardless. Yeah, he looks like that. He does all of those exercises with ease. I think it's impressive. And the last one on the left-hand side. That's good, right? He probably also has a couple of years of experience, consistency and continuity on him. The only thing I can say is stick with it. Be smart about sleep, food and training, and you get there in the end as well, in your own way. So I have that goal of 30 minutes a day. As long as I can keep hitting that, well, we're good. There isn't a lot. There isn't a lot else to do. And I know that even showing up on the days that I'm not feeling it, my body, regardless, will respond to that stimulus. Because that's what the body does. Look at that. We made it to the end of the workout. In a good way. 28 minutes on the clock. Friends, thanks for dropping by, for saying hi, for being in my corner cheering me on. Wait, I just run all my time and attention. There you go. Have a good day. Great work. Sleep well. Take care. Be well. And I look forward to seeing whatever's next in your stream when it pops up on my channel. I'll look it up in a minute. All right. And remember, we're good just the way we are. We've got to love ourselves before we can move on. This person we are today is going to get us to where we want to be tomorrow. So a bit of kindness is going to go a long way. And the only way to get anything done, friends, by showing up and doing the work. And right now, I'm going to show up and have a cup of coffee. Take care, friends. And remember, subscribe. And why nobody hit like on this stream? Come on, at least one, please. Thanks. Bye-bye. And remember, subscribe.